Josh Fox. And thank you very much. This is the third or fourth time I've testified at a DEC event.
Could you provide your name, though?
My name is Josh Fox. I'm a filmmaker. First, I wanted to congratulate this amazing crowd for turning out tonight. And I'm wondering if the DEC has an actual head count. I know you have 176 speaker cards are in that range. But I counted at least 3 times that many people here who, so I would like to note that for the record, that there was quite many more people here than could probably speak. I've traveled all over the country to about 30 different states, documenting water contamination, air pollution, and health effects of gas drilling over the last year and a half when I first heard that gas drilling was coming to New York and Pennsylvania. And I'd like to submit, for the record, clips from the film from Wyoming, Texas, Colorado, New Mexico, and Pennsylvania, basically to address the DEC's SGEIS point by point. The list of fracking chemicals that you've provided, I think it's on page I-76, is incomplete. It mentions only a few of the fracking chemicals, and on the breakdown in the corner, it's worth noting that there's a Chesapeake logo. I'm not so sure, seriously, I'm not so sure you intended to leave that in there, but it shows the lack of proofreading and the lack of research on behalf of the DEC, but it also, it also belies a greater point, which is that in the air quality section alone of the DEC SGEIS, it mentions, or it references an undisclosed industry report 30 times as the main source of your information. I'd also like to point out that the DEC, apart from being inadequate in writing an environmental impact study, has only 17 inspectors. When we're talking about projections of 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, up to 100,000 wells, I'm wondering how you're going to enforce any of these so-called regulations or suggestions when you don't have adequate staff to do so. In refuting the gentleman, well, I can't call him a gentleman because he's lying, from Chesapeake, and this is Stuyvesant High School, I think you can get expelled for lying. He said that more natural gas burning in New York State would improve our air quality. I would like to point out Dr. Al Armendariz' air quality study from Texas at SMU, who has actually just been named Regional Director of the EPA for Region 6. His air quality report shows that the 7,700 gas wells in the Fort Worth area create more air pollution than all of the cars and trucks in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, which is the 4th largest city in America. So if you're planning on 10,000 gas wells in Sullivan County alone, which I know the projections indicated your spacing bill allows for, you're creating an urban air pollution situation of the 4th largest city in America, 75 miles from New York City. That's going to have a significant effect on the air quality of both upstate and New York City. This has ramifications locally, nationally, regionally, and globally. As we know, natural gas is fossil fuel. And in my remaining time, since I actually believe this is a charade, we've heard all these comments for over a year at the Loch Sheldrake scoping hearings where I was at. That testimony went on for 8 hours. And you didn't listen to it at all. And it's clear that Governor Patterson wants to become a war governor because he's leading a war on our environment with this DEC report. I just wanted to say once again that I hope everyone in this room understands that the DEC may not listen to you one more time. And it may be the case that we have to take direct action. Al Gore recently said that there is a place in the global warming struggle for civil disobedience. And I think that it's going to be, I just wanted to let the DEC know that I think that people in this room are committed to doing that and will not back off of this because Chesapeake has stated as one company that they won't drill in the New York City watershed. Because when we're looking at this nationally, and we look at the ramifications for all of New York State, it's clear that this has to be banned and that this is the wrong direction to move in for our energy as a nation. And I would just like to make sure that you watch this film. There are documented cases of water contamination from all over the country, from Texas, Colorado, Wyoming, New Mexico, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and we do have all the research behind all of these. A lot of you have seen the clips of people lighting water on fire. That is gas coming, that's thermogenic natural gas that can only come from the deep shale layers. That is not shallow gas that as the industry would claim. So I'm hoping you take a look at this, and we'll be back.